Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're into the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses. The Cardinals are top 10 in passing TDs, and they go up against the Seahawks defense that will need to be on its game. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters, led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peterson, were introduced. And they've got a tough one on their hands as they'll square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
Around all the time, I was watching, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. And look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously he was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about, let's take that forward now. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we take a look at the offense for the Seahawks.
I believe Eddie Lacy found a home in Seattle because he heard from them that they like him as much about his weight as they will about his production and his ability to break down defenses carrying the ball in tough situations.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. To throw again. Wilson. He hits Jermaine Kearse. Wilson finding Kearse, and it's a Seattle
first down. You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming
this
from.
This running game is so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
His primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we
10
just saw
yards
there
still
on
left on 2nd down. Throwing again. Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has, the overall health of the team. But the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And he puts it through. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. In his 15th year now from USC, Carson Palmer will be the man under center.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team. A particular play, they had no answer.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Tyler Lockett now with the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Coaches
Here's the Cardinals
all across
defense.
the league. One of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards.
Really good recognition of the offensive line of the blitz. They picked it up, allowed for more time to throw the ball deep downfield, and a big-time completion.
In quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
And really, the offensive line not helping him much.
On second down, here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
One small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives is you keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Seattle defense getting set to go. A pretty good game before he's taken down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 4th down, Bruce Arians will send out his field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's got some space here. Tyler Lockett, 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett second. Taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. To return, this is Doug Baldwin. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Hey, good job right here.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Cardinals trail at home at halftime. The Seahawks will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Seahawks opening the game on offense. Kearse has got nobody around him on the catch, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 18-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, Baldwin's wide open, able to make the grab, and he capped off the long drive with the TD as they get out to a 7-0 lead. First and 10, Johnson's going to duck out to the left, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Cardinals tied up at 7. Third down from inside the 30. Russell Wilson hooking up with Doug Baldwin, and it's caught for the score. Seahawks up by a touchdown.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Palmer. And he's going to be brought down. back at his own 6-yard line. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Jacob Shum now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now it's Lockett. Nice move at the 40. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They were able to get the ball back here.
Shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Maybe Tyler the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance.
After that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Just a 1-yard pickup. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That was an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. Good defense.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a 1st down. They're just 1 yard. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with the possession of the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a toss. This is Rawls. Dances by him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So give him 11 yards after the run. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want
has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On the toss, here's Lacey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Rawls. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away.
Had to be getting rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards.
His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And now the Cardinals going to use another time. Wilson wants to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. On third down, here's Lacey. And he will have the first down. Across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go
and
get
now
it.
For the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job, I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
On second down, rolls. And now running right through it. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage. Back to the 16. Third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threatening passing play. Wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Eluding the pressure right. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Seahawks, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Arizona, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden.